Hi, my name is Dominic and I consider myself a music composer. And I came across a very interesting question on John's website, that's artofcomposing.com. How can I learn to express my feelings musically? This is a really interesting question and a really hard question to answer. And I've actually answered it by raising three different points here. But we'll only have really time to discuss one point at a time within the 10-minute rule of of my YouTube channel at the moment. And I suggested one thing you could do is a discovery method. You have to create a vocabulary of chord progressions, considering we're going to sort of start with chords. Everybody does seem to like their chord progressions. Then these reflect what you are feeling or actual general emotions common to most people. And you record these into the sequence of stuff of your DAW, and you save the file in vocabulary folders labeled romance and hatred and sadness and all that kind of stuff, you know. So so basically you just hit the record button and just noodle away. That's another, and just literally record whatever you feel, whatever comes to mind. But there's a kind of like a philosophical problem here, which is like, I think, bound up in the question itself. It's a funny kind of question, really, because you see, the thing is, I write poetry, and if I wanted to express my emotion, such as anger, for example, I would have to write down something that I could feel angry about. Like, if I wanted to, like, for example, bankers are wankers, right? Um, which is what everybody sort of says. Okay, and the words bankers are wankers would make me feel angry, all right? So I couldn't really kind of just express my emotion, anger, without pinning it on something. Like the poor old bankers, that have screwed everything up and caused all the recession and all this kind of stuff. Bankers are wankers. And then I can feel really angry about that. My girlfriend has left me today. That statement, which may or may not be true, but it makes me feel kind of sad, right? And so really, in music, it's kind of hard, because you don't have words exactly. It's kind of hard to kind of pin your emotions on something. So you end up having to kind of look for something like a sad chord. Well, I mean, C minor. That's a sad chord. My girlfriend has left me today. And I'm struggling with depression. But I'm kind of feeling all right. I'm coping. I'm coping with my depression. Oh, but now I'm really going really, really deep into depression. Think of, jumping off the bridge. But now my mum loves me. My dog loves me. So I'm all right, So, and I'm struggling. I'm all right, really. That doesn't do anything, So basically what I'm saying is you kind of record a sequence. And you kind of keep that, you would record that, starting with the C minor and sort of not moving your hand all over the keyboard, but just trying to stay in one place. I mean, that's too much, So that's what I mean. And then if you're feeling in love, I've got this thing here going on. I'm so in love. 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 Anyway, so you build up sort of like chord progressions that kind of reflect common emotions. And then what happens, because normally what happens, you see, is you feel an emotion, like sadness, and you listen to a sad song. You feel angry and you listen to an angry song. And if you're a film director, of course, and you've got a sad scene, you're going to look, if you're consulting the libraries, such as soundbed.com, you're going to look for a sad piece of music to reflect your characters being in a sad mood. So it's not like you can express your feelings. Well, I suppose you could, because every note tells a story. I mean, I'm nervous at the moment, I'm feeling nervous and confused. So you can do a bit of wild stuff. You can do a lot of wild things. And what you need to do is just literally hit record button. Never mind about the timing or anything. And just, I'm so in love. And you just come up with a chord progression. A simple logical chord progression. It doesn't sort of matter what it sounds like, just to get ideas basically, and you just pop them into your vocabulary folder, and when you're feeling kind of blue, you go to this vocabulary folder, you find the right file, and there's your sad chord progression, which might lead to a melody, which might give rise to a bass line, and possibly to an arrangement, a simple arrangement, and then to a development, and then to an entire song or entire track or an entire 4,000 bar opera. Do you know what I'm saying? So I think that's just covered the first of these 3 points that I brought up in order to answer the question how to learn to express feelings musically. Which is a very interesting question. And if anybody wants to add anything to answer this particular question, raised on artofcomposing.com, then please feel free to do so. Thank you very much for watching, and bye for now.